Hi everyone. Welcome to today's session, which is a very important session given that CAT 2020 is just around the corner. And today's session is on your mocks attempting and analyzing strategy, how you can do it in a section wise manner. So this session will be starting right away, right now. It's a free session. So I request all of you to kindly take out 1-2 minutes to share the session link in various CAT preparation groups and forums so that more and more people can be part of today's free YouTube session. So in today's session we're discussing everything on how you can attempt your mocks, how you can improve your scores in your mocks, how you can analyze your mocks better, and that is why today's session is so very important. How you can analyze your mocks better. So let's get started. This is a brief introduction about myself. And the rules for the session are very simple. Stay till the very end. Keep the session as interactive as possible. Do keep commenting and asking your queries. And let us keep the session as useful as possible. So what I'll do is I'll go section by section. First up, I'll be starting with the VARC section. So in VARC section, what is very important is improving your passage selection. And talking of passage selection, one of the most important things is then how do you select or how do you decide which passages to attempt? And this is where one of the most important parts is looking at your mocks dashboard. What do you mean by mocks dashboard? So whichever mocks you're giving, what they do is in the mocks dashboard, they actually show you how you performed across your past several mocks. So what you can do is look there and check in which kind of passages have you had a better track record as far as scoring marks is concerned, both in terms of passages as well as in terms of questions. Why so? Because any kind of passage where you have a good track record in the past of scoring quicker and scoring easily is something where even on the CAT exam day you're expected to be more comfortable. For example, if you end up seeing that you score better in science and technology passages, and if you find that you score less in passages on psychology and so on, automatically what you do is try and attempt passages from every topic except for that topic which is in your red zone or your weak zone. So rather than trying to choose which passage is easy or difficult, it's better to choose passages based on your comfort level, and your comfort level is something you can go and predetermine based on whatever you've seen happening in your past few mocks, and that is where the mock analysis part becomes so very important. So how do I do the mock analysis part? So this is what is very important as far as mock analysis is concerned. So if you go to your mock dashboard, you'll find a number of metrics are available. One of them is the number of attempts that you've done. Next is the accuracy rate that you have in that particular topic or area. The third most important thing after attempts and accuracy is the net marks you score in that area, followed by the time you take, and then comes the most important metric, that is your marks per minute. And this is the sole metric which will determine which topics you attempt, which topics you do not attempt. Why? Because marks per minute is basically taking into account your attempts, your accuracy, your marks scored, as well as in the denominator you have the time taken to get that marks. Now how do you utilize the marks per minute criteria? The procedure to utilize the marks per minute criteria is pretty simple. So let's say there are 5-6 topics. For example, let's take quants. So in quants, let's say there is arithmetic, there is algebra, there is geometry, there is modern maths, and there is numbers. So let's say your marks per minute is something like this: 0.8 in arithmetic, 1.3 in algebra, 0.5 in geometry, in modern maths it is 0.9, and let's say in numbers it is 1.1. So automatically this shows you that geometry is a major weak link in your scores. So what do? First you narrow down to geometry, and then you do a sub filter. Within geometry you check which are those topics where your marks per minute is going down primarily. For example, let's say circles, triangles, angles, mensuration and trigonometry. Now let's say it comes out that it is something like this: 0.7 in trigonometry, 0.2 in circles, 0.3 in triangles, 0.8 in angles, 0.6 in mensuration. That automatically means these are the two areas which is your very big weak zone. So what do? When you are attempting in the mocks, in the subsequent mocks or in your CAT exam, the simple strategy that you follow is do not even try attempting questions from circles or triangles. The biggest mistake that aspirants tend to make every year is they hope that circles and triangles questions might come easy. And assuming that, what they do is they read the question, then they realize that it is not possible for them to solve. They waste 2 minutes and they end up wasting 2 minutes in that question. Which is why all the more their marks per minute metric keeps going further down and down. The most important thing to keep in mind is that do not try looking for easy questions in CAT. In CAT, the entire concept of looking for easy questions, be it in VARC, be it in DILR, be it in quants, is a misnomer. Do not look for easy questions. Rather, look for questions which are in your comfort topics. In case a question is from your comfort topic, for example, algebra seems to be a comfort topic, go ahead and do that. Numbers seems to be a comfort topic, go ahead and do that. Modern math seems to be a comfort topic, go ahead and attempt that. Within arithmetic, let's say there is one particular topic like TSD where it comes down to again 0.3, 0.4. So avoid that. So what do? Every question you keep attempting in a linear sequence from 1 to 34. Only in case a question is, let's say, from circles. So let's say question 4 is from circles. What do? You skip. Don't even waste 5 seconds in the question. Don't try solving it. Don't try hoping that this question can be easy, it can be moderate and so on. No. This topic is from your weak zone. This topic is something where you've never had a good success record. Don't try it in the exam. Similarly, you keep attempting 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Now let's say question 7 is from TSD. Again, don't bother reading. The biggest challenge is that people hope that maybe question 7 is an easy question on TSD. Don't do that. If it is from your weak zone, and if it is from your weak zone even after taking so many mocks, then it is definitely not wise to change your attempting strategy. No, if it is not working after having taken mocks for the last 5 months, please do not assume in the next 1 month a miracle will happen. It's better to skip these topics entirely. Rather, there are a lot of topics which are in your strong zone where you have a good track record of scoring marks. Focus on those topics. So whichever topics are in your strong and moderate zone as far as scoring marks is concerned, focus on those topics. And all the more it is important because now the time has been reduced. Remember, why is this 0.3? Because you tend to end up wasting more time in this topic. Because remember, there are only 2 ways in which your score can reduce. One is by marks and the other is if you end up consuming too much of time. Which means these are the topics where you end up having a track record of consuming too much of time and not scoring. So the most important thing to do is, especially in a reduced CAT format, is ensuring that you are not even trying to attempt such topics. Don't try hoping that something might work out being in the exam day. That will not happen. If you have not been able to figure it out in so many mocks, then no. So the first thing is choose your topics wisely. I see somebody asked a question on how do you revise arithmetic. So regarding that topic-wise thing, so so tonight what I've done is tonight at 10 p.m. okay, I have a special class which is a free class. So tonight at 10 p.m. I have a free class which is on preparation strategy in the last 30 days. Okay, so this session of half an hour I just want to focus on the mocks attempting part. Tonight at 10 p.m. itself I have a free class which is on preparation strategy for last 30 days. So there we can maybe discuss how do you revise a particular topic and so on. Okay. Now, this is the same thing that will work in various other topics. For example, in DILR, it could be that geometry gets replaced by games and tournaments. Same thing. All you do is choose topics, choose questions, choose sets from areas where you are more comfortable in, and that is where mocks analysis is so very important. Look at your dashboard across your spectrum of all the mocks that you've taken and identify that, okay, fine, these are your 4-5 areas which have always been weak. So avoid those. What is the next thing you do? The next thing that you do is how many questions should you attempt? Now, talking of how many questions should somebody ideally attempt. So ideally, if you ask me, it's something like this. Quants 30 questions in 40 minutes. VRC again 28 questions, 28 plus questions in 30 minutes. DILR at least 6 sets, 6 plus sets, that is 24 questions. Now, some of you might wonder that 30 questions in quants is a bit ambitious in 40 minutes. So how do I get 30 questions in 40 minutes? First thing, let's assume that there are 34 questions, okay, as per the last year's pattern. Okay, let's assume there are 34 questions, there is no change. In case there are less questions, it's always going to play in your favor. So let's assume the worst case scenario is 34 questions. Usually among 34 questions, around 15 questions can be solved in 30 second approaches. Now note, these 30 second approaches doesn't mean the question is easy. The question may not be easy, the question may also be moderate or difficult. But in 30 seconds, you can mark the answer. Remember this, there's a big difference between being able to solve a question and being able to mark an answer. And I'm sure most of you who followed my free classes have seen that in multiple cases I've shown you all that almost every question has an alternate 30 second approach by which you can mark an answer. What is the advantage of this? Within 8 to 10 minutes, you are done with 15 questions. Next, you will find another set of 10 questions which are moderate lengthy. So these 10 questions will end up taking approximately 1.5 to 2 minutes of your time, which means another 15 to 20 minutes. So as you can see, you've already used up 30 minutes of your time and you've been able to solve only 25 questions. What do you do in the last 10 minutes? In the last 10 minutes, जो 9 questions बचा है, उनमें से do whatever you can. In the last 10 minutes, out of these 9 questions, do whatever you can. If you are able to do 5, 6, fair enough. Remember, 15 plus 10 plus 5, 6 means 30 plus questions done. How much accuracy do you need? Get 5 wrong. I'm giving you a luxury of getting 5 wrong. Because remember, if you get 5 wrong, you're still ending up getting a raw score of 70 plus. 5 wrong means I'm not even expecting you to get them right. No. Just get 5 wrong. But still you're getting a score of 70 plus. And in a 40-minute paper, I'm sure all of you will agree that if you're getting 70 plus, you're on your way to a 99.9 plus percentile in quants. Remember, the game changer lies here. These are not easy questions. These could also involve questions which are difficult to moderate. But as I said, and I've shown you an ample of free classes, and you'll be seeing more free classes in the next 1 month. Marking an answer in 30 seconds is a very simple approach. So focus on that part. Yash, you've got very good marks in 10, 12. Focus on getting a 99 percentile. You'll definitely end up getting a couple of calls. Yash. So focus on that part and stop bothering too much about your graduation score. Abhinav, as I said, number of attempts has to increase. You cannot assume that you will attempt 30 questions across the entire paper and you will get a very good percentile. That will never happen. As you can see, I am asking you to attempt 30, 28, 24, which means a total of 80 plus attempts. If you are attempting 30 in the entire paper, you will obviously end up stuck at a score of 65. Shashmita, if you are a new student, what you can do is you can add yourself to the following channel. Okay. And this is for others also, the CAT 100 percentile mentor telegram channel. Okay. It's called, this is the channel name, CAT 100 percentile mentor. Okay. You can add yourself to this channel where you'll get all these free classes with all the 30-second shortcuts and so on, including the link to tonight's class at 10 p.m. Okay, this is the channel link, CAT 100 percentile mentor. Okay, it's for all those who are new here. Because overall marks to get 95 percentile, normally it would be around 130, 140, 130 to do it. Okay, but this year I would say even at 110 it should be fine. 110 should be more than enough for 95. But what is important is in quants to attempt these 30 questions, make sure they are looking at these 15 questions which can be solved very, very quickly. What about DILR? How do you solve 6 sets in DILR? The key to solving 6 sets in DILR is this. First, try structured approaches. But again, the biggest challenge in DILR is what? That sets are unpredictable. Most people tend to get stuck in how do I attempt or approach the set. What do you do if you are not being able to solve the set? Focus here. Most people are obsessed about the set. Remember, in DILR, you do not get marks for completing the set. Where do you get marks? For solving the questions, for marking answers. So focus on that. Now, some of you might be asking, how can I mark answers without solving the set? Now, what is the difficult set? If somebody asks you what is the difficult set, what is the definition of a difficult set? A difficult set is basically few clues. Any set where you will get stuck is in a set where there are few clues. Yes or no? But remember this, every difficult set comes with another advantage. What is that? 4 questions. Each question has 4 options, which means 16 additional clues. So note, while the set might be having few clues, remember this, in DILR the best thing is all question options are related to the same data set, which means the options in the first question will impact the answers of the second question in the same set. The options in the second question will impact the third question in the same set, and so on. Which means all you need to do is relate the question options and you'll be able to solve it. Remember, you're getting 16 additional clues. I'll give you a very simple example. In a lot of sets, we have questions like which of the following is false. Okay, and there's one answer which is false. So for example, let's say A, B, C, D means C is false. What does that mean? It automatically means statements A, B, D are true. Which means the moment you are done with one answer, what you've got is 3 additional direct clues. So make sure that you're using these approaches to go quicker. The advantage of these approaches is the average time taken per set can be reduced to 6-7 minutes. Some sets even 5 minutes approaches. In fact, you'll find a lot of free sets on my Unacademy channel which I've solved using the 5-minute approaches. Okay, so make sure that you're watching those and you're trying to implement the same as far as CAT exam day is concerned. So automatically what will happen is, if you're taking 6-7 minutes to solve a set, then in 40 minutes you can solve 6+ sets in DILR. So any questions, anybody on DILR? So all those who are asking about a channel link, this is the channel link that you can add yourself on in Telegram, CAT 100 Percentile Mentor. You can search for it and add yourself there. So any questions on DILR and quants, anybody? So what do you do in VRC? So in VRC, focus on RCs. Why? Because this is what is most scoring. RCs are most scoring. In VA, focus on only few areas. Do not avoid parajumbles. Parajumble solve hi mat karna. Only solve odd one out, para completion, para summary. Why? Because these come with options. Parajumble is theta questions. Theta questions means there are almost 5 factorial, that is 120 possibilities that are there. So do not even try solving para jumbles. Instead solve odd one out, para completion and para summary. Abhishek, if you are in your pre-final year, you cannot attempt CAT. If you are in your final year only, you can attempt CAT. Okay. So I'm assuming if you're talking from an engineering standpoint, and it's a 4-year course or any other 4-year course, then you're not supposed to be attempting CAT this year. Okay, but you can attempt CAT next year. You can prepare for CAT 2021. Okay, Abhishek, Prajapati, I hope that answers your question. Now, how do you attempt RC passages? Again, focus on the questions. Why? So that you do not end up wasting too much of time reading. Because the biggest thing about RC passages is that only 30% of any RC passage is relevant as far as answering questions is concerned. So focus on that. Because VRC accuracy is not in your hands. VRC accuracy is not in your hands. The only thing that's in your hands is increasing your attempt. That's why I said attempt 30 questions. The moment you attempt 30 questions, remember, even if you have a very bad day and you get 20 correct, 10 wrong, you still end up getting a raw score of 50, which is a very good score in VRC in 40 minutes. Is that clear? Because accuracy तुम्हारा हाथ पे नहीं है. Focus on what is in your hands. That is this. Attempts. Taki even if you end up getting 10 wrong, still you end up getting a exceptionally good score. Don't bother about your 10-12 marks, Vikas, right now. So Abhishek, if you are in your final year, then you are allowed to appear for CAT. Okay. If you are in your final year, you are eligible for appearing for CAT. Pre-final year, no. Final year, yes. Now, the other thing that is important in VRC is focusing on mock solutions. So look at the solutions that they are providing, especially in mocks in VRC, you'll find they'll specifically tell you why answers A, B and C are incorrect, and then they'll tell you why option D is the correct answer. And understanding that component is very critical. Why particular options are incorrect, why a particular option is correct. But unless you understand that, what will happen is next time a similar question comes, you will not be able to figure out or eliminate the option. You still end up being confused again. So make sure that you're going through the solutions in details, understanding where you're going wrong, and ensuring that next time the same mistake is definitely not happening. Moving on to how many mocks should you take on a regular basis. So the plan should be something like this: 2 mocks a week. Don't try increasing your mocks too much. 2 mocks a week is fine, but make sure you're doing thorough analysis. Remember, every mock that you're taking for 3 hours, make sure you're doing an analysis for a 6-hour duration. What is the objective of analyzing the mocks? 1, understanding where you made mistakes. 2nd, identifying your strong and scoring areas. Remember, strong and moderate areas is what you'll be attempting. Don't bother too much on your weak areas. People have this wrong notion that they need to emphasize and improve on their weak areas. No. Because remember, in the CAT exam, they also, given that the time has been reduced, especially in the paper, you will not be attempting questions from your weak areas. So don't bother. Try and focus on your strong and moderate areas, because that is what will get you marks. Focus on the return on time metric. This is a very important metric, and don't pay unnecessary heed to speculations regarding CAT pattern change. This is one of the biggest distractions that aspirants need to deal with in this period, because there will be a lot of clickbait articles talking about the number of questions becoming 34, some will say the number of questions will become 30, some will say the number of questions will become 28, some will say the number of questions will become 25, some will say it will become 20, so some will say 23, 24, so stop being a part of those discussions. So as I said, because the pattern has changed, Abhishek, it is more important that you are attempting quicker. As I said, in DILR, you have to attempt sets quicker in 6-7 minutes. Quants, you have to attempt at least 15 questions, which can be done in 30-second approaches. You have to go via those shortcut approaches. You cannot employ anymore the conventional techniques of 2-minute approaches and so on. So talking about Unacademy Plus. So for Unacademy Plus, as you know, anybody who's part of the Unacademy Plus 12 or 24-month program, they're eligible for one-on-one sessions with me. So anybody who subscribes to 12 or 24-month program using the code Nilanjan Dutta, or is planning to subscribe using the code Nilanjan Dutta to a 12 or 24-month program, you're eligible for one-on-one sessions with me, both for this analyzing your CAT mocks as well as the GDPI mock PIs and so on for the GDPI period. So make sure that all those who are subscribing to 12-24-month program using this code Nilanjan Dutta are without fail sharing the screenshot with me at this number. Make sure you're sharing a screenshot at this number, because then only you'll be eligible for this one-on-one sessions, including the mocks discussions and the mock PIs and so on. Anand, you can ping me at this number 81021267999. Okay, or you can leave your number in the comment section and we can get back to you. Okay, that holds true for others as well. Regarding preparation strategy, a lot of you are talking about preparation strategy. So tonight we have a session at 10 p.m. So tonight at 10 p.m. on my Unacademy channel, I have a session on the last 30 days preparation strategy. So do make sure that all of you are attending that session on the last 30 days preparation strategy to CAT. Abhishek, as I said, if you are in your final year, you are eligible for CAT. Final year, eligible for CAT. If you are in your pre-final year, you are not eligible. Is that clear, Abhishek? If you are in your final year of your course, you are eligible. If you are in your pre-final year, you are not eligible, Abhishek. Pre-final year means second last year. If you are in your final year, then you are eligible. All those who are talking about Unacademy Plus subscription, you can ping me at this number 81021267999. It's the same number at which you can share a screenshot after having subscribed to the 12 or 24-month program using this code to be eligible for the one-on-one mock discussions as well as the one-on-one mock PIs part. So any other questions, anybody? We'll connect again at 10 p.m. tonight. So tonight 10 p.m. we have this session on last 30 days preparation strategy. So where we'll discuss the preparation strategy part for each section. How should you prepare? So any other questions, or are we good to go? Okay then, we'll connect at 10 p.m. tonight. So hope to see all of you in the session. Do share the session link with all your friends and fellow aspirants, and do add yourself to the CAT 100 percentiler mentor Telegram channel.